So hey guys, this is Rio the 25th Grace here, and we are getting a new banner in replacement for our two banners right here that we currently have going. So we're gonna be getting a new banner today, and I'm gonna be talking about the new characters that's coming. So basically, we're not getting Noblesse like everyone wanted. Okay, we're going to be getting Kaiser and Elaine. Now, for most of you who watch ToG, you would already know that these are the same person. Pretty much Kaiser is just like her false identity that she uses and goes by, but really she's Lopobia Elaine. And these are actually two different sets of characters. They are both SS characters, and they're two different types, two different classes, and they have two entirely different kits altogether. So we're going to be going over that in just a second. So here we go. Now, Kaiser is a natural SS. She is a nature type, and she's a nature attribute, and she is a technique type. Now, based on her stats, it seems like she's obviously going to be built as more of a defensive tank character. She has pretty much 19,000 attack power, almost 700 defense, 130,000 life, and then I would say an averagely high speed at almost 490. It's really 484. That's a wrong round, but besides the point, yeah, she seems like she's going to be built as a pretty tanky character. Kaiser's one chain swap attacks one enemy with 130% attack power. If target's attack power is higher than yourself, decreases target's attack power by 30% for 2 turns and provokes them for 1 turn. Kaiser's 2 chain is called Armor Inventory. She attacks all enemies with 100% of power and deals additional damage equal to maximum HP by 20%, increases all allies' defense by 50% for 2 turns. Her 3 chain is called Blue Wolf Funeral. Attacks all enemies with 120% attack power and inflicts an additional damage equal to 35% of reduced health. You become immune to damage once. Kaiser's passives include Master of the Station, in which it increases health by 15%, defense by 10%, and damage by 10%. Her second passive, Mask of the Ruler, each attack increases the cumulative defense by 20 up to 10 times. When it reaches 50% or less, it decreases the attack power by 30% and the probability of fatality by 30% for 2 turns, and creates a 20% shield for all allies during 3 turns. Lopobia Elaine is a natural SS. She has a code attribute and a weapon typing. Her attack power is 2,598. Her armor is 628. Her HP is basically 100,400. And her speed is pretty much the same as her other counterpart. So, she seems like she's definitely a bit more of an attacker. While she doesn't have the highest damage, she does have the base moderate damage that most damage characters do have. She has a pretty regular speed if we're talking about as far as attackers, and her defense and health are pretty comparable considering her stats. Elaine's one chain skill, Red Needle, attacks 2 enemies with 110% of attack, deals additional damage equal to 35% of attack when a target is weakened. If target is bleeding, adds an additional 20% of attack as additional damage. Elaine's 2 chain skill, Funeral's Claw, attacks 2 enemies with 150% of attack and creates a bleeding effect for 30% of attack for 2 turns, increases all critical strike damage by 20% for 2 turns. Elaine's 3 chain skill, Needle, Red Thread Binding, attacks all enemies 3 times with 40% attack. When target is bleeding, it deals an extra 30% additional damage per 1 weakening effect, maximum up to 10 times. Elaine's passive, Grey Wolf Clan, increases attack by 15%, health by 10%, effectiveness by 10%, and fatal damage by 10%. Elaine's second passive, Soul of the Wolf, when attacking. Elaine's second passive, Soul of the Wolf. When the attacking target is bleeding, it additionally inflicts 30% bleeding for 2 turns and inflicts critical damage on 2 targets. Whenever someone dies, she becomes immune to damage once and inflicts 3 bleeds on the entire enemy with no recovery for 2 turns. Now, along with these summons, we got some events going on. Our first one is the Hero Growth mission, in which you can get gold, you can receive fragments, and you can get 2 SS equipment pieces from it. And then our next event would be the Fiesta Dungeon Event Kaiser, in which you can actually go through and get a various different amount of rewards that is going to be coming up soon. And yeah, so I'm definitely going to be pulling for these 2 characters. I actually want them both, and if I do, I'm definitely going to be trying to share with you guys what kits actually go better on them than guessing off the top of my head. Because one thing's for sure is that newer characters, there's no say on what kit actually works with them or how they really synergize with a team until you can get them. So we can guesstimate all we want on how good these 2 characters are going to play into our current meta, but until we actually have them, we won't have anything really to go off of. So this is VO, the 25th Grace here, and I will be coming back to you guys later with more videos. Hopefully you guys stay tuned. If you like the video, drop a like. If you have a question or anything, you can leave a comment, and press that subscribe and notification button if you want to hear some more content. So yeah, peace.